Einen wunderschönen herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Lamplight City. Wir haben in der letzten Folge hier die Geburtsstunde dieser Glühbirne erlebt. Und ich wollte mal kurz gucken, okay, den Justice Killer finden, Percival McDonalds Büro im Parlamentsgebäude, da kommen wir noch hin. Mehr zu Reggie Willinghams Privatleben rausfinden. Saboteur müssen wir auch noch finden, mit Bedienung im Ruhen-Kaffeehaus sprechen, hatten wir doch eigentlich schon. Aber okay, Wohnung von Kors untersuchen. Okay, hier war glaube ich nichts weiter, dann gehen wir erstmal wieder raus. Ich glaube, der konnte uns noch nicht so viel sagen, wenn ich mich jetzt erinnere. Ist wieder ein paar Tage her, wie immer. Dann gehen wir mal hier zu der Wohnung.
Apartment 2A. This is the place. The number is a bit faded. Is this 2B or is it not 2B? That's the question.
Knaller.
I thought the housekeeping in my apartment was bad.
Ich klopfe erstmal hier drüben.
Yeah? May I help you, young man?
Hello, madam. My name is Miles Fordham, and I'm a private investigator. I have some questions about your neighbor.
You mean my former neighbor?
Yes. In any case, I'd appreciate it if you could help me with some information.
Nah, I don't think so. The last person to ask me about him was that awful policeman. I don't want to have to go through that again.
I'm sorry you had a bad experience, but I can assure you I won't give you a hard time.
Well, that's easy for you to say, but actions speak louder than words.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
Okay, wir müssen was tun.
Is there anything I can do for you then?
Well, since you asked, my layabout husband is out wasting our retirement fund with his drinking. Go find him and bring him back here. Then maybe we can talk.
Oh, wonderful. Now we're playing babysitter.
You'll find him at the Silent Raven. It's not too far from here.
Yes, I know it.
Good. My husband's name is Kurt Williamson. You tell him his wife Ethel wants him home at once.
I'll do my best, Mrs. Williamson.
Okay, ich gehe mal hier drüben rein. Toll, immer diese Subaufgaben.
There doesn't seem to be anyone at home.
Okay, wir gehen mal in den Silent Raven. Ich befürchte, der wird nicht so ohne weiteres mitkommen. Guck mal hier, ist immer noch da. Damit wir nicht eine harte Zeit haben. Schnell mal gespeichert. Lassen wir erstmal rechts liegen.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Hey.
Do you know anything about the man sitting at that table over there?
Not really. He comes in here a few times a week, but he mostly keeps to himself. I see his type all the time, though. Older, probably retired and looking to escape his home life. I feel sorry for him, but that sort of customer is my bread and butter.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
What is that, some fancy drink concoction?
Ja, genau.
No. It's the name that's been given to a serial murderer here in the Chum.
I see. Never heard of him. And if he's smart, he won't show his face around here.
You know, this place suddenly feels just a little bit safer.
How are things here now that the election hubbub has subsided?
Oh, right. I thought you looked familiar. You were the one in here asking about the fellow who was killed.
That's right.
Well, there hasn't been too much excitement since then. I've hardly had to toss anyone out, which is a right shame.
Why's that?
Kicking out a rowdy customer shakes things up a bit on a quiet night like this. Gets the blood flowing, you know?
What would a customer have to do to warrant being thrown out?
My general rule is if they're being a nuisance, they're out. If they try to pick a fight or are just being generally disrespectful, it's a one-way ticket to the pavement outside.
Good to know. What was it you said?
Pick a fight.
Right.
Okay, gut.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yeah.
Ja. Okay, pass auf. Wir müssen also sehen, dass wir ihn hier irgendwie dazu bewegt kriegen, Stress zu machen. Das ist eine gute Idee. Ich muss mal ganz kurz, ich schneide dir gleich was zusammen. Ich muss mal ganz kurz weg. Bis gleich. So, zurück bin ich. Genau, wir müssen ihn hier jetzt dazu bewegen, dass der abhaut. Ich glaube, Schlägerei wäre eine gute Sache, aber er muss schlagen.
Excuse me, are you Kurt Williamson?
That's right. Who are you?
Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
Oh, yeah? What is it you want from me?
Ethel sent me to tell you she wants you to come home right away.
I should have known. I can't get away for more than a few hours before she's put the entire city on high alert. How much of my retirement fund did she waste on getting you to come down here?
I'm only doing this because I need some information.
The joke's on you, then. You can just go back and tell her I'll come home when I'm damn well ready.
Why is it you're so averse to returning home?
I enjoy going out and having a good time. Is that so wrong?
Your wife told me she doesn't like you spending your money on drink.
What I spend my money on is none of her business, and even less of yours. What's this world coming to when a man can't even drink in peace without all his affairs shouted from the rooftops?
Naja.
You know, this whole situation seems awfully familiar.
Listen, Mr. Williamson, I think I know what you're going through.
Oh, yeah?
My wife and I were having a rough patch. I wasn't being honest with her, and it nearly drove us apart.
But you managed to fix things.
Yes, I was fortunate. I did the right thing before it was too late.
And what did you do?
Ein wenig Vergnügen, nein. Das können wir nicht erzählen.
It was simple. I just communicated honestly and openly with her. I told her what was wrong and how I was feeling. And you know what? She listened. Have you ever told Ethel why you like going out?
No. I assumed she wouldn't understand. I really wish she would come out with me, but I know she'd never agree.
How do you know? Have you actually talked to her about this?
Well, no.
Well, then maybe you should. If she knew you wanted company, she might just give it a try.
You know, I never thought of it like that. I'm going to go home right now and tell her. And if she refuses, well, at least I asked, right?
That's the spirit.
Thanks for the advice, friend. I really do appreciate it.
Wenn wir also anders reagiert hätten unserer Frau gegenüber,
Not bad. I have to say, I'm impressed.
hätten wir eine andere Option gehabt, richtig?
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Okay,
I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah?
warten wir. Okay, das ist gut. Das ist sehr gut. Falscher Fehler. Ich hätte über die Karte gehen sollen. So. Dann gehen wir wieder nach Hause und dann lassen wir uns von ihr ein bisschen was erzählen. Ne? Vielleicht freut sie sich ja. Vielleicht.
Ah, Mr. Fordham, thank you so much for getting Kurt back home.
Don't mention it. Now, would you be willing to answer some questions?
Why, yes, of course.
Oh. Also Pixeliger sah sie besser aus.
Tell me what you know about Burley Cause.
He and his wife hadn't been living next door very long, maybe 4 months or so. But I didn't talk to either of them very much. They weren't interested in being neighborly, I guess. It's a shame, really. Maybe if we had known one another better, something like this could have been prevented.
Was denn?
What happened on the day Mr. Cause was killed?
I was here, at home, doing my knitting as usual. All of a sudden, I heard a loud bang. It sounded like a gunshot. I went and knocked on Mrs. Cause's door, but there was no answer. I did notice a smell, though, like flowers. Something seemed wrong, so I decided to report the incident to the police. Not long after that, an officer showed up and started asking questions. Awful man he was, so rude. I gotta report him, but I forgot his name. I think it started with a P.
Parsons?
Yes, that's him. He called for some more officers and they got into the apartment. That's when I found out Mr. Cause had been murdered.
Where is Mrs. Cause now?
I don't know, with her mother maybe. That's usually how it goes.
You wouldn't happen to know where that is, would you?
Afraid not, but there is one other thing.
Okay.
Yes?
Don't say I told you this, but, well, I used to hear the two of them through my wall. I tried ignoring it since it's really none of my business, but it became impossible.
What was it you heard?
I don't believe they had a happy marriage. They'd have awful fights a couple times a week.
What would they fight about?
Oh, all sorts of things. The worst one was when she discovered he was going to a brothel. I think he might have hit her on a few occasions, too, but I can't be certain. I hope you don't think me a horrible old gossip.
Nein,
You
niemals.
might like to know.
Not at all. I'm glad you told me.
Das ist ein sehr interessanter Hinweis. Vielleicht ist er ja von seiner Frau ermordet worden.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
You mean the serial killer who's been killing men in Chumley?
That's the one.
Nah, never heard of him.
What?
I'm just pulling your leg, Mr. Fordham.
I like this one. She's got spirit.
Unfortunately, I only know what I've read in the Gazette, but it's scary to think some maniac is loose on the streets doing such terrible things. And with Kurt going out by himself for hours at a time? Oh, I don't like it one bit.
Mitgehen.
How long have you been living here?
Well, Kurt and I moved in shortly after we were married, so it's been about 34 years.
Goodness, that's a long time to be living in one place.
Yes, well, the building may be a bit run down, and it gets colder than cold in the winter, but the rent has always been cheap. You can't really ask for much more than that.
I appreciate your time, Mrs. Williamson.
Have a good day, Mr. Fordham.
Ja, wir erfahren aber jetzt nicht, was Phase ist, ne? Schade. Schade. Okay, es ist weg. Es ist weg.
She's busy. No point bothering her if we've got nothing to ask.
Hier mit der Bedienung im Ruin Kaffeehaus sprechen. Okay. Ja, wir müssen noch ein bisschen was rausfinden. Ich speicher mal lieber. Hier waren wir halt auch durch, glaube ich, ne?
I don't think there's...
Ja, waren wir.
Huh, they seem...
Ja. Also zumindest augenscheinlich durch, ne? Ah ja, Mr. Hastings, hier kommen wir nicht weiter,
No
glaube
use
ich.
bother...
Ja, aber mit ihm können wir noch mal reden.
Keep up the good work, Mr. Hastings.
Okay, mit ihm können wir auch nicht reden. Kaffee. Das Lampenlager wird nichts weiter irgendwie machen.
Leave him to his...
Ich glaube, es bleibt nur die Möglichkeit... Warte mal, wir gehen mal zum Polizeirevier. Oh. Was ist das da?
Fordham, how goes the investigation?
I'm making some headway.
Is that right? I certainly hope so for your sake.
The rumor was always that the chief kept a bottle of something in a secret compartment in this cabinet. In Snelling's case, it's probably just water. Chief Jacobs. Now there was a leader. Every book and file in there is organized to perfection. I'll bet Snelling gets flustered if anything is even a millimeter out of place. You should bump into the side when he's not looking.
Okay, ist weiter nix.
Chief Snelling,
Yes, Fordham?
what information do you have on the Justice Killer?
Clearly not as much as you.
I see how this is gonna go.
Well, what do you have?
A list of 5 victims, some information on each of them, and no clear idea what connects them. Until your discovery of the lily at each scene, that was where we stood. While I doubt this discovery will do much to aid in tracking him down, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Do you know anything about Percival McDonough?
He's a member of Parliament. I believe his constituency is somewhere in central Kingsland. From the reports I've gotten, McDonough led a rather unassuming life for a politician. He is, however, the first victim who didn't live in Chumley. Either there's a link we've missed, or the killer is changing his method. Then again, since you seem so confident in your abilities to resolve this matter, I assume you'll provide an explanation.
Count on it. What do you know about the Justice Killer's previous victims?
Only what's in their files. All working men from Chumley. That's the only link.
You didn't look further into their personal lives? Maybe they had some social connection.
As I said, the detectives found nothing. You seem to think you can do better, so I'll leave it up to you.
You have to wonder how much more thorough the department's investigations would have been if the 4 men were all rich like McDonough.
So I see the department is still running like a well-oiled machine.
It is, in fact. But I'm sure Upton has kept you well informed of our activities. Incidentally, the woman accused in the Harris kidnapping is set to testify in court today.
Tja, und?
Linda Walker's trial is today? That was fast.
Indeed. Sometimes the wheels of justice grind slowly. Sometimes they spin out of control. She'll be taking the stand within the hour. If you care to hear her for yourself, best get going soon.
Have you got any information on the Redites?
The Redites? That ridiculous gang of troublemakers? Yes, I have some information.
Okay, los.
What's your interest in them?
A witness is refusing to speak with me unless I can figure out who sabotaged his iron mill.
I see. All I can offer is a list of names of known Redites along with their last known whereabouts. But I remind you that you only have until tomorrow afternoon before this indulgence expires, and I throw you in jail. This seems like a waste of time.
That's my decision to make.
Very well. I'll give you the list when you're ready to leave.
Listen, about Leger's death.
I don't want to hear it, Fordham. What happened, happened. Nothing you can say is going to change my opinion on the matter.
And if I manage to find the man responsible?
The man responsible is standing before me. Even if you manage to find the culprit you let escape, it isn't going to bring Leger back from the dead.
But it will bring closure to the matter.
If that thought is what allows you to sleep at night, then so be it.
What makes him think you sleep at night?
Enjoying your new position, Snelling?
Reaping the rewards for years of hard work and dedicated service. A gratifying feeling you'll never be able to experience.
Oh, I get my gratification in other ways.
I'm sure you do, and I'd honestly rather not know about them.
I need to get back to my investigation.
Yes, time is not on your side, Fordham.
Das ist ein Idiot, ist das.
Here you are. This is the most recent list of known Redites.
This is a lot of names. If we're going to track down this saboteur, it might be best to retire to a more tranquil environment. Fancy a trip back to Upton's?
Ich glaube, ich habe da schon was gesehen. Oh, da können wir auch noch hingehen. Aber erstmal gehen wir zu Upton.
Right. This should be a quiet enough spot to concentrate on finding that saboteur. I just hope Upton doesn't mind you turning her parlor into your own personal study.
I'm sure she'll have no objection. Now, let's have a look at that list again.
I think we can rule out Mr. Sullivan as a suspect. He's Western Vespuccia's problem now. Unless Mr. McKee has escaped from prison, which I highly doubt, he's not our man.
Verdächtiger in 2 Fällen von Sabotage.
Harris Wilson. Those initials don't match the ones on the letter. I don't think this is our suspect. If dead men could cause explosions, let's just say things would be a lot different. This clearly isn't the right suspect.
Ach so, hier, ist verstorben bei einer... Ja, okay, mein Fehler. Der wäre auch noch. PF, ne?
Peyton Ferguson. The initials match those on the letter we got at the Lamplight Depot.
I'd say it's our best bet.
Lucian Donaldson. Those initials don't match the ones on the letter. I don't think this person is our suspect.
Okay.
Mr. Mims, a word if you wouldn't mind?
Yes, what is it?
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about Hannibal Kirkland?
It's like I've told you. I've got to deal with this mess. I don't have time for your questions.
I'll be going now.
Be careful on your way out.
Ich dachte...
Damn,
Ach so.
is that the time? It looks like you missed out on attending Linda Walker's trial.
Nein! Oh nee, wartet mal. Mein Fehler. Wie, so sollte es nicht sein. Haben wir nicht abgespeichert? Doch, hier. Oh, mein Fehler. Pass auf,
Right, this should...
Ich klicke mal jetzt so durch, ne? Also, ja.
If Peyton...
I'd say...
Luft...
So, okay. Mein Fehler. Ich gehe jetzt erstmal zum Gerichtsgebäude.
Remind me, Miles, why are we here again? Is this for your own personal satisfaction, or did you expect her to have some useful information?
Shh. Mrs. Linda Walker, you stand accused of kidnapping Charles Harris. What have you to say in your defense?
I had to see if I could speak with my son Alexander again.
Yes. According to your initial statement, you seem to believe that the Harris child is the reincarnation of your own deceased son.
All the evidence was there. I thought it had to be him.
And in regards to the execution of your plan, you secretly administered a soporific drug to your friend and the Harris family nanny, Mrs. Henrietta Davis? Is that correct?
Yes. I felt terrible about doing it, but there was no other way.
According to your journal, you used a mixture of chamomile and valerian, instructed by a Samuel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Samuel is a friend of mine. He works at the docks, and he knows all about plants. I asked him what the best combination of herbs would be to put someone in a deep sleep.
So it was your idea, and not his?
Yes, that's right. He only told me about the plants. He's quite the expert. Why, you should see his collection of Easter lilies.
Did she just say what I think she said?
Now then, let's turn our attention to the night in question.
Interesting. This Samuel person might be worth looking into, although we can't waste time searching the docks with just a first name. I'd make a note of it, just in case it becomes relevant later. All right, I've had enough of this courtroom. Let's get back out there. Time's running out.
Oh. Ich speichere hier ab. Das war gut, dass wir das gemacht haben. Ich wusste nicht, dass das jetzt hier so ein Zeitproblem ist. Okay, pass auf. Wir machen hier ein Folgenpäuschen. Und in der nächsten Folge werden wir hier zu Peyton Fergusons Wohnung gehen, weil, ist so. Vielen Dank an der Stelle fürs Zusehen und bis dahin, euer Firefox.